Someone down the line, and no one will be there to see you through. Niggas talking, ain't nothing to make them mouth bleed. I don't hang with them, but they don't share the same seed. Well, homie blood, he gon' bang till his brains bleed. Trying to save him from imitating the TVs. They only tell half the story. They don't show Dutch problems, situations get gory. You was just gang banging with your homie till some niggas came with the gang and banged on your homie. His brain stains splattered. Your mind start to scatter. Y'all share memories like you staring at his data. Hammer on you scheming. Get back to the trap house, you howling and screaming. While grandma always tell you about the beat like you decent. When he was fucking male COs in the precinct. Yeah, you were beefing the murder, so a sinner. But he be fucking niggas and they label him a winner. That nigga ain't no better. He's stealing in that cash, man. You toting up the brothers. I pray for all my niggas, but you a faggot in the pulpit. Claiming you know God, condemning against the niggas that's gonna ride for their pride. Instead of teaching him the white man is his enemy, you get grandma to teach him the unholy trinity. If you heard one verse, I know you probably sick of me. I don't like people anyway, I'd rather keep a fit with me. You don't know if it's the gun or the liquor. The plot to get thicker. I've been the bully, hella came from my niggas. And been the max with the fullest. Not allowing niggas to push me. I've been applying pressure to see if these niggas push. They argue with the ducks, acting like Tweety, beefing with the pussy. Not about to draw on y'all, rappers fuck all y'all. You gon' go the distance like calling calls. You call the law or call it off. I started off prescription flow. Know that I be killing the flow, but it's no restriction though. Ain't non-fiction, you spit the flow when it's fiction though. They always tell you, homie, you got it, there's something missing though. Switch my style at a verse and then I switch the flow. Shit infatuating, captivating till I'm finished though. I need a verse from you, not give me a minute, show that real ill, spill, feel, wild West Philly flow. I hit the beat with precision until it's critical. The audio, heroin, dopamine in the video. I kick that fire, spit knowledge, see what you really know. Cause we can stick the fire like Shedrick, we check the pinnacle. Till it connected, my mind is thinking the pinnacle. When I'm hella connected, I rhyme on beats like a chemical. Alchemist with that alchemy, focus, translucent faculty. In the host of your hour and open that healing out for me. Focus is how I ate it, then open the better out for me. Now that I ate the roll and it's bitter, I spit it out of me. Told you 100 fucking times I'm the best. 16 up in the clip, you feel the rhyme in your chest. Rhyming new, time to scoop you with the rhyme I finesse. My talent depressed, so I ain't got the time to progress, nigga.
Clap it up, clap it up. Hey. Shalom in Christ is the I.S.U.P.K, Houston, Brotherhood, Tuesday Brotherhood night class, you understand? And today's topic, man, we're going to talk about the I.S.U.P.K fixing the brotherhood that our oppressor has tried so hard to break. That he has went out of his way to try so hard to keep us divided. You understand? And we're going to do this by using this book called The Black Indians by William Katz. The Black Indians is a very great book on history. A lot of black people are very ignorant of the role that the Native Indians have played with us in rising from oppression, getting out of slavery. They played a very heavy role. And a lot of these characters back then, they now put in movies. There's a movie on Netflix called The Harder They Fall. Is that correct? They're in this book. Because why? Black Hispanic Indians has always been together. We've always been brothers. You understand? And once we get back to following our culture, following our power, following our king, then we will damn sure rule this earth again. You understand? So first page, we're gonna start off with page 27. Page 27, and this is going to show that the Native Indians and Hispanics, they went through the same hell and the same pain that we went through. We were lynched, they were lynched. We put on slave ships, they put on slave ships. You understand? They put on slave ships years before we even put on slave ships. You understand? So all this fits the curses in Deuteronomy, in the scriptures, you know what I'm saying? They fit the curses just as much as you do, black man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead,
Colonel Khan. Says the Black Indians, a hidden heritage, page 27. For the people of the Americas, the arrival of Columbus was hardly a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
On his first day, October 12, 1492, the explorer wrote in his diary, "I took some of the natives by force."
Mm-hmm.
He later found the original inhabitants to be tractable,
Mm-hmm.
peaceable, and concluded, "There is not in the world a better nation."
Say it again.
There is not in the world a better nation.
Give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Read that part one more time.
Colonel Khan. He later found the original inhabitants to be tractable, peaceable, and concluded, "There is not in the world a better nation."
Why? Because we are the 12 tribes of Israel, and our pedigree is way above anyone else on this earth. You understand? Read it out.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
It says, thou art an holy people. We are a separate people. Our culture is separate. Our laws are separate. You know what I'm saying? The way we live our lives is separate from these heathens. Go ahead.
Thy Lord, the Lord thy God, hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Come on.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Above who?
All people.
Above white people?
All people.
Asians?
All people.
Doodle-eating Africans?
All people.
All people, man. You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you are above all people on the face of the earth. And Chris Columbus knew that.
Right.
He saw these people like, damn, these are the best people I've ever seen in my goddamn life. You know what I'm saying? He knew that. Read the next part, though.
Colonel Khan. His response as a European.
His what?
His response as a European.
Now, after him seeing how special these people were, go ahead.
Was to say that Indians must be made to work.
They must be what?
Made to work.
Come on.
And adopt our ways.
They must be made to work and adopt our ways. He got to enslave them. He got to. You know what I'm saying? That's his job. He went from seeing these are a beautiful people. Now, why would you touch a people that you say are beautiful, are the best people on earth?
Right.
Why would you have to give them your ways? To destroy them.
Right.
To destroy them. You have to give them homosexuality. You have to give them pork. You know what I'm saying? You have to give them your culture. With their culture, pedigree is above yours, but you got to bring them down by giving them your culture. Don't that sound crazy? You know what I'm saying? You're not giving them anything good. You're giving them your culture to destroy them. That's exactly what it did. Come on, man.
And if I may, so what you're saying is so heavy because it goes to show you why the Lord hates interracial marriage.
Right.
Like he don't want you to like weaken your bloodline with them that are made to destroy. They whole purpose is to destroy you and go against the Lord.
Right. Get that brother hand if I could. You know what I'm saying? That was the way I'm saying something. I'm on Clubhouse and and give it up for Captain Zariak, man. You know what I'm saying? The boy's bad, man. You know what I'm saying? The boy's bad. He damn near has to fight every club we go into about interracial marriage. Like no other people thinks like we do. And why? Because we're slaves. We feel like we have to connect with master on some kind of level. Like 20, 25 years ago, a nigga wouldn't even be caring about interracial marriage. You know what I'm saying? But since now you can get your white woman, now it's the talk of the town.
Right.
It's the rave. You know what I'm saying? And the destruction that you do to your sister, preferring someone else over her,
right.
That's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Like I.S.U.P.K. goes into those clubhouses. I mean, we literally fight. We literally have to teach people, you know what I'm saying, that you are special. And your pedigree needs to be met with the same pedigree. You know what I'm saying? You don't put a pit bull with a chihuahua, right? You got to meet that paper. So when you get that paper, you know what I'm saying? It's a prayer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You need that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we teach you. We teach the culture of our people to bring us back up to where we're supposed to be as a nation. You know what I'm saying? Anything else on that?
Con. No, that's unless you want me to go into the next chapter.
Yeah, go ahead.
Con. The Christopher Columbus, whose unique seamanship and courage had opened the Americas to European penetration, also began the transatlantic slave trade.
Also began what?
The transatlantic slave trade.
If you ask the average Negro, what year did the transatlantic slave trade start? They're going to tell you probably 1600. You know what I'm saying? Read that again.
The Christopher Columbus, whose unique seamanship and courage had opened the Americas to European penetration, also began the transatlantic slave trade.
Christopher Columbus began the transatlantic slave trade. And what year was that at?
1942.
1492.
1492.
You know what I'm saying? The transatlantic slave trade started in 1492 when Christopher Columbus took our brothers from this side of the earth over there.
Right.
That's when it started. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, we have the same pain. We live in the same hell, man. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 68. I just want to show this right quick. That this curse fits them too.
Right.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
The what?
Bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
The Lord's going to bring you back into slavery again with ships, man. Come on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
Mm-hmm.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
You're going to be sold unto your enemies. Come on.
For bondmen
Born man, slave man,
and bondwomen.
and slave woman, man. That same hell that we went through, they went through. Give me verse 49.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far,
Mm-hmm.
from the end of the earth,
From where?
from the end of the earth.
Christopher Columbus came from the other side of the damn world to enslave Native Indians and Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
As swift as the eagle flieth.
That's what is what?
The eagle flieth.
What nation goes by the eagle, man? All the white nations go by the eagle. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
What language was they speaking when they came? You know what I'm saying? They weren't speaking the same language as the Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, what language were we speaking when they came?
Right.
We weren't speaking English. You know what I'm saying? So they came with a different tongue and enslaved you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The same pain they went through, you went through. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we have to keep in mind, because there's so many people today who want to keep those 10 tribes out of Israel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Those Negro only brothers. You know what I'm saying? That's because they follow the so-called white man. The so-called white man is the reason we are divided, and they follow that same doctrine. All right? Give me page 33.
Okay. Page 33. Increasingly, Africans and the remaining enslaved Indians fled their masters and created their own secret colonies beyond European eyes.
This right here is our superpower. Brotherhood is our superpower. You know what I'm saying? Brotherhood is definitely a weapon. Read that again.
Increasingly, Africans and the remaining enslaved Indians fled their masters and created their own secret colonies beyond European eyes.
We went to a place where them devils confined us, and we lived as one people.
Right.
You understand? Because we knew we was brothers. We knew we had the same enemy. You understand? And that's the spirit we got to have today. That's the spirit that we teach here. We teach that we're brothers. We also teach that we have the same enemy.
Right.
You understand? And we also teach the solution of overcoming that enemy. What's the solution? Following our culture. Keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Following our king under our power, under the Most High.
Right.
That's what we do. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead. Just on that point, just to clarify too, when it says Africans, it's talking about Negroes.
Right.
Not Africans.
Right.
The niggas that think they African, but are really the Israelites.
Right. And then get that brother hand, because that's very important. That's very important that you know. We ain't talking about Hamites. We ain't talking about their culture will destroy you too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Their culture turns our men into I want to say nothing to get me in trouble. Into homosexuals. Right. And it turns our women into whores. Right. Every woman who got the unk on her, she's the whore of Babylon. Every one of them. Every man that follows African culture, he loves the so-called white man. Why? Because Africans love the white man. White Jesus is bigger than Michael Jackson in Africa. You know what I'm saying? I see him walking around in Africans passing night. You know what I'm saying? He's big over there. Why? Because everyone loves the white man. Right. Everyone wants that seat next to the white man, except for us in I.S.U.P.K.
Right.
We don't want nothing to do with him. You know what I'm saying? We want this kingdom from him. That's all. But we got to do right. One, we got to accept our brothers. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then two, we got to keep these commandments. Come on, now, anything else in this?
Come. In time, these would pose the most disruptive challenge the European colonial system faced in the Americas.
The most disruptive system in this place was a free slave. A free slave is the most disruptive thing to white America. Give me what you got in that book. Read the title and read the page.
The Black Image in the White Mind.
Come on.
Page 8. As Robert Goodloe Harper pointed out in 1817, the free people of color were a nuisance and burden.
There was a what?
A nuisance and burden.
Come on.
Not only because their poverty brought the social cost of pauperism, vice, and crime, but also because they contribute greatly to the corruption of the slaves.
Right. So a free slave, he's gonna try to wake his brother up. You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna make his brother think. And his brother start thinking, well, damn, you're right. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna make him not want to work. It's gonna make him want to be rebellious. That's what a free slave does. And that's what we do here in I.S.U.P.K. Right. We nudging our brothers. Hey man, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing. We're better than this.
Get out.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta come out this hell, man. Wake up. That's what we do here. And we are hated for it. We're hated by our own people for it. You know what I'm saying? Our people, those Christians out there, they want just to get along and love everybody, hold hands, sit at the table, brotherhood, with the people who have destroyed you for generations, man. The white man, I'm telling you something, he has traveled the earth, raped, robbed, and pillaged. And, you know what I'm saying? But when he gets here, now he want to teach love? Right. What kind of nigga is that? You know what I'm saying? We cannot fall in that trap of Christianity, man. Right. We cannot fall. And I, man, big up to Commander General YAHANNA. You know what I'm saying? Clap it up, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he could have gave up and started something different. He could have, you know what I'm saying, changed that we can love white people. Or we can go to church on Sundays. He could have done that. But he held on to the truth, man. And I pray he sees the fruits of his labor. You know what I'm saying? Because he gave me a chance to come out here and wake my people up the right way. Right. You know what I'm saying? He could have easily had some white people sitting here. You know what I'm saying? And our school been everywhere. In 3 schools in each city. Like Farrakhan. Right, you know what I'm saying? Good night. Like Farrakhan. But he held on to the truth, man. Big up to that brother. And it's hard. It's hard when you're a single man fighting against the earth. It's hard, man. But anything else on that?
Lies.
All right, give me page 28. No, 25. It's 33 right there. Give me 25.
Page 25. Some survivors complain that in the midst of their tribulations, Africans began setting fires, and Native Americans sided with the slaves and made trouble.
Who did?
Native Americans sided with the slaves and made trouble.
Tag team champions. You know what I'm saying? If I see my brother out there, guess what? I'm going to join him. I can't see my brother fight somebody and I just stand there. I can't see my brother, you know what I'm saying? Even if he winning, I'm gonna go over there and handle him. At least give me 2 stumps in. You understand? I pray you understand then. You know what I'm saying? I will not let no harm because my brother. I just sit and watch idly. Right. All those brothers sat around and watch George Floyd get choked out. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Have some compassion for your brother. Had it been a white person, I bet they'd have jumped on him.
Right. Any other nation.
Any other nation. Unhand him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Asians been flipping out there like gently.
They turn stupid. Asian out there saw his brother, he turned Super Saiyan.
Right. Dang.
And try to attack the real, try to save his brother. Right. You know what I'm saying? But Africa would have took off his sandals. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. Arab. They got out there, except for us. Because why? We fear the oppressor. Right. Our fear for the oppressor outweighs our love for each other. You know what I'm saying? And as a nation of people, that's sad. It is sad, man, because we can't grow without each other. Like, I need you to get to where I'm going. You need me to get more, you know what I'm saying? Right. To big up. We need each other. But from slavery, we've been taught to be individuals. And that hurts us more than anything. Anything else on that?
Come. In November, a crisis erupted when Africans rebelled and fled to the Indians. One authority on slave revolts believed this was instigated by Native Americans angry over whites using their land.
Right.
Africans used to freedom in their homeland probably needed no prodding from the outside to strike for liberty. They understandably fled a dying European colony and slavery and saw an opportunity to begin new lives in the woods among people who also hated slavery.
Also hated what?
Also hated slavery.
They saw the opportunity to join a people who hated the so-called white man and his culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They saw that opportunity and they took it. It said that you didn't have to prod the so-called Negroes to join the Native Indians. You didn't have to. They were used to being free.
Right.
So they took the opportunity and they left with their brothers. And they started a new life with their brothers. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you want to start a new life, you have to move away from the oppressor.
Right.
We've been destroyed so long after slavery, we didn't go nowhere. We stayed here with them. So they had an open door to us. You know what I'm saying? They right there. You know what I'm saying? We in arm's length to them. You got to get away from your oppressor. You got to separate yourself from them. You know what I'm saying? Anything else on that?
One more thing, come. The Europeans left for home after 5 months, but Africans remained to build their own society with the Native Americans.
With who?
With the Native Americans.
With our brothers. You know what I'm saying? With our brothers. Like, we know we're family. Like, Negroes know that Native Indians are our family. Half y'all always say, if you got some good hair, well, I got Native Indian in my family. You know what I'm saying? But then you turn around and celebrate Thanksgiving.
Right.
What love do you have for your family, man? You know what I'm saying? We the same people, same culture, same God. We got to get back to that. You know what I'm saying? That's been the mission of I.S.U.P.K. since 1969, right. To bring our people back together to the fold, you know what I'm saying? To the kingdom. We can have all the Negroes here we want, but if we don't have those 10 tribes here, this is not the kingdom. This is not the kingdom. You gotta have your brothers in here with you to make this the kingdom. All right, anything else?
Yeah.
Give me page 28.
Page 28. To meet their need for more laborers, Europeans looked next to Africa. The strongest sons and daughters of Africa were seized in their homes or fields or purchased from local traders.
From who?
From local traders.
It said the Negroes were seized in their homes, taken from the fields, and was sold to the so-called white man by who?
Local traders.
Local traders. The Woman King.
Local traders.
Africans. You know what I'm saying? Those are people who are against you. I know y'all raving about this Woman King movie, but her people fought to put us in slavery.
Right.
These so-called Africans you want to be like, who don't deal with you now, fought to put you in slavery. You was in your home sleeping, they took a stick and clubbed you across your head and drug you out your home and sold you to the white man. You know what I'm saying? I hate the Africans just as much as I hate the so-called white man. Just as much as I hate them. You know what I'm saying? And now you got their kids, because of, you know, hip-hop culture and all that, they want to fit in to be you. But you fighting to be them.
All right.
You're the greatest people on earth. Be who the Lord told you to be, man. Anything else on that?
Come on. They were packed into cargo ships and shipped across the Atlantic.
Is it?
Come.
Get the next page.
Page 29. The first Africans brought to the New World by European slavers probably arrived in April 1502 aboard the ship that brought the new governor of Hispaniola, Nicholas de Obando, Soon after they landed, some Africans escaped to the woods and found a new home among the Native Americans.
They did what now? Soon as they landed?
Found a new home among the Native Americans.
Come on.
Later that year, Governor Obando sent a request to King Ferdinand that no more Africans be sent to the Americas.
Did it what?
That no more Africans be sent to the Americas.
Come on.
His reason was simple. They fled amongst the Indians and taught them bad customs and never could be captured.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
That's brotherhood right there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We fled among them, and they taught us customs to keep us not being captured for them.
Right.
Give me Proverbs 17 and 17, man.
If I could,
Go
too.
ahead.
What's so heavy about that is when we fled amongst the Africans, we were captured.
Good night.
But when we fled amongst the Native Indians, we could not be captured.
Right.
That's because those are our brothers.
That's heavy right there. That is heavy, man. The Africans saw an opportunity to sell you for gunpowder.
Right. Local
To sell-
traders.
Right. You know what I'm saying? To sell you for Africans don't want nothing anyway.
Right.
They ain't want much. We were sold for a bag of cat piss.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A bag of cow doo-doo. That's what they into. That's their culture. You know what I'm saying? But we got with these brothers, and they hid us. They taught us things to keep us here. You know what I'm saying? You got something? Go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 17.
Come on.
A friend loveth at all times,
Come on.
and a brother is born for adversity.
It's born for what?
Adversity.
Man, look, man. I've learned something very special being in this school. The brothers I go to camp with, those are my brothers. You know what I'm saying? Those brothers who sit on their corner and put their lives on the line with me to fight, those are my brothers. And I put them above anybody. You know what I'm saying? Any brother who fight me in this adversity that's coming against us, I put them above anybody. Why? Because they put their life on the line with me. These brothers willing to die for me, and I the same thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what these brothers, these Native Indians did for these Africans. You know what I'm saying? When Africans were going through hell, the Native Americans stepped in and went to the hell with them. They could easily shun them away and say, nah, we don't want you over here because you're going to bring no oppressors over here. Nah, they say, come on in, man. We family. Get you one of these wives, boy. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. That's what they did. That's what brothers do, man. Anything else on that?
Come. Why did he feel they could never be retaken? Had the two peoples united as a military force
Right?
at this early date? Were Native Americans prepared to drive off European slave hunters? Was an alliance taking shape in the woods between two people who opposed the Spanish conquerors? The answer to these questions are unclear.
You know the answer to that question. These Native Indians would die for these brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? They came together as one people to live life and to fend life. You know what I'm saying? And the brother just read something too. I don't want to skip past it. When the Native Indians started helping the so-called Negroes, the devil had to call his king and be like, had to write his king like, hey, don't do no more Africans over here. Don't do that no more. They single-handedly shut down the transatlantic slave trade.
Right.
Just by helping their brother.
Right.
Brotherhood is a weapon, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, give me page 30. Yeah?
Come. Page 30. Native Americans soon discovered that Africans had some gifts that made them uniquely valuable. Through their slave experience, they qualified as experts on whites.
That's what?
as experts on whites.
Tell you something, man. Hey, let me tell you something, man. When you in captivity like that, you start watching everything white people do. Even at my job now, I watch everything them devils do. You know what I'm saying? Then you start learning about them. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he get his coffee at 9:30. You know what I'm saying? He leave at 11 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? You start learning things. And that's what the African so-called Negroes was learning from watching the white man. And they took the information back to the so-called Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. If you leave one football team and get traded to the other one, I need all the information.
Right.
I need all the plays. You know what I'm saying? What the quarterback gonna be on this position? I need all that. That's what you're supposed to do when you're trying to fight against your enemy. Come on.
Okay. Their diplomacy, armaments, motives, strengths, and weaknesses. Escaped slaves came bearing a knowledge of their master's languages, defenses, and plans.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes Africans were able to carry off muskets, machetes, or valuable gunpowder.
Boy, got them choppers. You know what I'm saying? The boy went in the room and took them choppers. Go ahead.
For these reasons, their role could be crucial to Native Americans.
Right.
Their place secure in village life. A common foe, not any special affinity of skin color, became the first link of friendship, the earliest motivation for alliance.
We just talking to a common foe.
A common foe.
A what?
A common foe.
We knew we had a common enemy, man. We both knew that the white man was the devil.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And how you defeat this devil?
Not any special affinity of skin color.
Not the skin color.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Became the first link of friendship, the earliest motivation for alliance.
Right. We don't hate the white man because of his skin color.
Right.
We hate the white man because of the crimes that he's committed against God's chosen people. You know what I'm saying? And he has not been punished for those crimes. He has not been judged for those crimes yet. You know what I'm saying? So we hate him for that. Don't ever get a twisted thing if we care about skin color, because we don't.
Right.
All white people ain't white people.
Right.
There's some chocolate covered white people out here. I hate them too. You know what I'm saying? Anything else on it?
Lies.
All right, give me page. Where you at right now?
30. Something.
Give me 34.
Page 34. In 1522, Europeans in the Americas first learned that slavery did not easily or painlessly lead to enormous wealth. On Christmas Day, African and Indian slaves on a plantation owned by Diego Columbus rose and murdered their masters and overseers. Nearby Native Americans joined the rebels.
Who did?
Nearby Native Americans joined the rebels. The beautiful island of Hispaniola shook with one of the first recorded slave rebellions in the New World.
All right, man. We rebelled with the help of our brothers.
Right.
The theme tonight is brotherhood.
Right.
I mean, we're not telling anybody to go out and kill nobody. That's not what we're doing here. That's unlawful. But the theme of tonight is brotherhood. Brotherhood is our superpower.
Right.
And the only way to get out this hell is we further grow the brotherhood. All right? Anything else on that?
35.
Come on.
The European policy of divide and conquer that began on Christmas Day, 1522.
So, like, give me, hold on from there.
Okay.
Give me page 36. I want you to finish reading that book you had.
Page 36. But another American tradition also took root. The men and women enslaved in the New World began a pattern of resistance.
The pattern of what?
A pattern of resistance.
Come on.
The first enslaved were the first to flee, the first to rebel, the first to announce that chains were meant to be broken.
Right. So those so-called Negroes who was first sent over in those ships, they were used to being free. You know what I'm saying? There was no way you can keep them enslaved, and they had a sense of what freedom was. You know what I'm saying? So they gone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
The spirit of rebellion spread like a wildfire that no European power could put out.
Good night. Come on.
In the next 10 years, revolts spread to Colombia, Panama, Cuba, Puerto Rico, and Mexico. In 1537, a major insurrection threatened Spanish headquarters at Mexico City. Viceroy Antonio de Mendoza reported that Africans had chosen a king and had agreed to kill all the Spaniards, and that the Indians were also with them.
That who?
That the Indians were also with them.
Every time we do something, our brother right there with us. Go ahead.
Terrified, Mexican officials agreed to halt any further importations of Africans.
Let me tell you something, man. Brotherhood stopped the slave trade.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It halted, let me say that, it halted the slave trade. My brother saw me hurting, he came and he helped. And us two combined, we became tag team champions, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We got a belt. All right? Give me page 36. That's 36 right there, you reading?
Con.
All right. Give me what you got in page 8. Don't finish the rest of it out for me.
And to aggravate the evil of their condition by rendering them idle, disconnected, disobedient, the dissatisfaction they inspired could eventuate in.
So this is what happens when a free man was a free slave was trying to wake up their brothers, man. And this is the pain in the back of white America. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Direct resistance to the master's authority.
What was that again? Say that part again.
Direct resistance to the master's authority.
This what the other slaves fed off and learned. Direct resistance. And this brother just read that for 10 years, that spread like a wildfire.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Direct resistance to the master's authority. Spread from what? Cuba to Mexico?
Panama, Cuba,
You know what I'm saying?
Mexico, Puerto Rico, Colombia.
Because of brotherhood. Brotherhood strengthens you up, man. Brotherhood gives you the courage to say, man, hell no.
Right.
I ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't stop, we're going to jump you. That's brotherhood.
If I may too, sir, like that's what got Christ killed.
Right.
Brotherhood. Like they killed Christ because he was out there putting the spirit on brothers to rebel against their master.
That's right.
The oppressor.
That's right. Good point, right? You know what I'm saying? Give me page 13. Now, with that being said, we're going to show what our oppressor did to stop us from being rebellious, to stop us from joining together. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Page 13. To prevent Africans and Native Americans from uniting, Europeans played skillfully on racial differences and ethnic rivalries. They kept the pot of animosity boiling. Whites turned Indians into slave hunters and slave owners, and Africans into Indian fighters. Light-skinned Africans were pitted against dark-skinned, free against enslaved, black Indians against pure Africans or pure Indians.
The white man is the goddamn devil the Bible speaks of.
Right.
And he is good at his job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Give me Ecclesiastes 12 and 10 if you could. Ecclesiastes 12 and 10, yeah, of the Apocryphal. You know what I'm saying? If you could, give me Psalms 55 and 20. You know what I'm saying? Our greatest mistake was trusting the devil, man.
Right.
That's our greatest mistake. You ready? Go ahead.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy.
Never what?
Never trust thine enemy.
Never trust your enemy, man. And I know a lot of you Christians watching, you're like, well, Christ, you gotta know your enemy. That's a different enemy in context. The enemy Christ was talking about was loving your brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This enemy here is talking about the other nations. Go ahead.
For like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
So it's iron rusted. So is his wicked. Eventually, the iron gonna rust.
Right.
He's a good co-worker right now. But sooner or later, he's gonna be the one to get your. Well, she took an extra 15 minutes on her break. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna be the reason why you lose your job. You know what I'm saying? Never trust your enemy, man.
Right.
Their goal is to be above you. Your goal, because of Christianity, is to be equal. When the Lord said you're better than them. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Like you said, 55 and 20, right?
55 and 20.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 20. He hath put forth his hands against such as Salakias, against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant.
He had put what now?
He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
Right.
He hath broken his covenant
Let me tell y'all something, man. We in America, we have done everything the white man has told us to do. We have been a great children to the white man, our father. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yet, for some reason, he still puts his hands on us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He still finds time to molest us, to destroy us. You know what I'm saying? Keep going, read it again.
Come. He has put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
He put his hands at the people who are at peace with him.
Right.
We're his slaves here. We ain't fighting against you, but yet you still put your hands against us. Go ahead.
He has broken his covenant.
Is it what?
He has broken his covenant.
The Native Indians have made over 500 covenants with so-called white men. Treaties, the water. And he has broken every one of them. Every one of them he's broken. Come on.
Verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
It was what?
Smoother than butter.
You ever took a knife across some the butter in the pack. You just, you know, it's smooth, you know what I'm saying? The country cry. The water. Tell you something, man. This white man, he's crafty, man. His words alone has fooled entire generations of black people. You know what I'm saying? We vote for the same president every year who does nothing for the ghetto, but his words are smoother than butter. When he campaigning for it, when he comes to your churches and he talking to you, you know what I'm saying? I need your vote. His words are smoother than butter. You know what I'm saying? But yet, he ain't trying to help you. It's all about themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Go ahead.
But war was in his heart.
But what?
But war was in his heart.
Well, he's talking to the Native Indians, trying to catch these so-called Negroes, or he's talking to the Negroes, trying to catch Native Indians. He really trying to kill both of y'all.
Right. He
needs the power. White people can't feel comfortable in America unless blacks and Hispanics die. They can't. They can't call this their land unless blacks and Hispanics die. So he'll say all the good things. Hey, man, we're going to put this in place for y'all for crime bill and all that. But still, we get killed by police more than anybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That has to happen for white people to feel comfortable in this land. You understand what I'm saying? They can't call this their land unless we die.
Right. If I may say so, what you're saying so heavy, like when the disciples were with Christ and the laws ran up on them, Peter cut the law ear off.
Real talk.
That's how much war ready we were at that time.
Right.
Like when them being around Christ, they knew the white man was the devil to that degree where they had to be ready to draw first.
Right.
And Christ had to tell them, like, stand down.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's correct, because what Christ was teaching was going against that kingdom.
Right.
So he was already public enemy number one. He was already enemy to that kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Anything else on that?
Khan. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
Right. Like they say all the nice things to you, but yet at the same time, they ready to kill you.
Right.
They ready to kill you. They said all the nice things to Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? Right this street around, yeah, we gonna kill y'all.
Right. They told the Ukrainians we got your back.
Right.
They lied to their own.
The white man is the devil, man. He good at being a devil.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All right, give me 2 Kings 12 and 24. You give me what's on page 14. We shown how our brotherhood was our weapon, our superpower. Now we're showing how the white man had used our ignorance against each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What you got? You saying for 13? Give me 35. The white man used us, man, to support the body.
Oh, no.
Yeah. 2 Kings 12 and what?
If I go to 21.
1 second. Read what you got at.
14 is 35.
35.
The European policy of divide and conquer that began on Christmas Day, 1522, introduced elements of deep division to the Americas. Slavery and its cruel legacy left a bloody trail across the grass and soil of the Americas.
Right, man. You know what I'm saying? So from what took place earlier when those brothers came together and took over their slave master, you know what I'm saying? The white man, he started to wake up. He got smarter, you know what I'm saying? He thought, I can't let these two people come together and be one.
Right.
I got to do all I can to stop them. It's 1 Kings 12 and 24. 1 Kings, Salaki. Give me 37.
Okay.
Give me the red highlighted point.
Okay.
Let me read it. Go ahead, what you got?
This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 12, verse 24. Thus saith the Lord, ye shall not go up, nor fight against your brethren.
Do what?
Nor fight against your brother.
You not go and fight against your brother, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said that to us Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, man. No matter what this white man is teaching us, the Lord said do not fight against your brother. Go ahead.
The children of Israel. Return every man to his house.
Go on to your house, man. Go lay down. And stop trying to beef with your brother. And that's the message we got to see today. You know what I'm saying? Like today, we're literally divided against our brother. And they don't know, but the common enemy is the so-called white man. He put all this in place. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me what you got.
It was in Mexico that Europeans tested their strongest effort to keep Africans apart from Native Americans. Black men far outnumbered their women, and so sought Indian wives. A Native American wife meant if she was free, that children born to her would be free.
Right. So
not slaves.
We as black men, we knew that those Native Indians were free, and if we had babies with them, the kids would be free. But the white man didn't like that. He saw that as him not having no product. You take his product away from him, you know what I'm saying? Come on.
So extensive was the contact between red and black people that Spanish law prohibited the two races from living together or marrying.
So the white man wasn't making no product or getting no product from those slaves. He had to put a law in place,
right,
to keep those two people from being together. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
As early as 1523, Hernando Cortez was given a royal order to keep Indians in their villages apart from Africans at all costs.
To do what?
Keep Indians in their villages apart from Africans at all costs.
The same propaganda that was taught in
1523.
We still think that today.
Right.
We're not like those Native Indians on the reservation, we ain't got nothing to do with them.
Right.
Or those Negroes in the ghettos, we ain't got nothing to do with them. We're still taught about that same spirit today. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Colonel Khan. This was only 7 years after Venice, Italy, isolated its Jews in the first ghetto in history. One royal order forbade trade, commerce, or communication between the two peoples of color. They were forbidden to sell chickens, fruit, and vegetables, and both defied the law.
You know what I'm saying? We were forbidden to deal with each other, but we both did what now?
Both defied the law.
We both defied the law. We're going to deal with our brothers.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to deal with our brothers. Give me this on 38.
Come on.
Go ahead.
Europeans feared any dark person might be a slave driven to desperation or out for revenge. One lived in constant fear, wrote a Spanish colonist.
Who did what?
One lived in constant fear, wrote a Spanish colonist.
Let me tell you something, man.
Right.
Ain't nothing more dangerous on this earth than a white man fears. You know what I'm saying? When a white man fears something, he tends to kill it. You know what I'm saying? He tends to destroy it. And his fear was us coming together as one people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he knew if we came together as one people, we would rule. You already outnumbered by the so-called Negroes you bring over here. You know you're outnumbered by us, by the Native Americans. If we came together, we will rule this land. You know what I'm saying? And they feared that. And with that fear, they use that fear to kill.
Right.
You ain't even got to pull a gun on the police officer. If he feared anything, you know what I'm saying, you're dead.
Right.
If he feels any type of fear, he's going to put his gun out and kill you, and he's going to get away with it. He's going to get a paid vacation for killing a Negro because he feared them. You know what I'm saying? They kill a lot of Negroes, But if you put the numbers together with Native Indians and Hispanics, they're damn near equal. They get killed just as much as we do. Hispanics do. You know what I'm saying? Native Americans, forget about it. You know what I'm saying? They go at their res and just kill with no conscience. And nothing gets reported. Why with nobody to them?
That makes sense. What you're saying so heavy. They say I seen something saying that they don't even quantify the Native Indian women that are getting abducted in the statistics. They said they don't even keep track of that number.
Good night. You know what I'm saying? That's living in hell.
Right.
And who's knows to count against black women getting abducted every day? That's hell. We share that same pain with them and they share with us.
Right.
We live in the same hell, man. We got to see them. And the only way to get out of this hell is to get back to our laws, statutes, and commandments, man. And I'm going to show you how you got this hell. Give me Ezekiel 37 and 16. Give me Ezekiel 21. We good on the book. Ezekiel 37 and 16, man. This is the mission of our King Christ. This is what he came to do. Go ahead, Art.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
Moreover, thou son of man,
Mm-hmm.
take thee one stick
Right?
and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel,
Uh-huh.
his companions.
Right?
Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim,
Right?
and for all the house of Israel,
Right.
his companions.
So the Lord said, you take Judah, you know what I'm saying? You take them 10 tribes, you know what I'm saying? Keep going.
And join them one to another into one stick.
Bring them into one stick, man. Join them together. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And they shall become one in thine hand.
They shall become one people, man. That was the mission of our King Christ. He came to bring the 12 tribes back together as one family. You know what I'm saying? And we carry the same mission here in I.S.U.P.K. Same mission. You done with that? That it? What you got?
Yeah, 2 and 11.
2 and 1.
Come on. It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
I lifted up mine eyes again.
Not 2 and 1. Right here. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we carry the same mission as our King here in I.S.U.P.K. And we go out and we do it well. Like reason we just came from his Hispanic Heritage Day.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We go out there, we mingle with our people. And soon, and just let y'all know, coming up next month, we got the Black and Brown Cookout here in Houston.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have black and brown people together, loving each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Eating, drinking. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a DJ playing black music. You're gonna play some brown music, and we're gonna get down. I'm gonna have my sombrero on. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what the Lord might do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Right.
Gather yourselves together.
Gather what?
Gather yourselves together.
Uh-huh.
Yea, gather together. O nation not desired.
Oh, what?
O nation not desired.
Man, those Afghanistans, they came over, they flew them over here and put them in Airbnbs.
Lost.
You know what I'm saying? Lost. Good night. You know what I'm saying? Those brothers who was down in Haiti who came to Mexico, they ain't do nothing for them. The Lord had to send his men down to defeat them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We are that nation that's not desired, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We are that people. The Lord said we got to come together. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. Come together and use your special weapon, which is brotherhood, to defeat your enemies. You know what I'm saying? Anything else on that?
Khan. Before the decree bring forth,
Mm-hmm.
before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you.
Damn right. Come on back together, man. You know what I'm saying? Before the Lord rain down his wrath. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to gather his people together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's trying to hold back those veils. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to hold back until we come together. Come on, Israel. We got to wake up.
Right.
Give me Romans 12 and 10.
Khan.
And I'm going to end it with this scripture, man. It is our job as priests to go out and bring in the Lord's chosen people back to this fold, man. Because outside of these walls, it is hell. It is hell for all of us. All of us.
Right.
When you come here, you're gonna get that refuge you seek. You're gonna get that love that you never had outside these walls. You know what I'm saying? Most important, what you're gonna get brotherhood and sisterhood. That's the cornerstone, the main building block of I.S.U.P.K. We know our greatest strength, and we use it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Our greatest strength is brotherhood. Go ahead.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 10.
Come on.
Be kindly affectioned one to another.
Be what?
Be kindly affectioned
Right.
one to another.
You don't get this outside these walls. You don't get love outside these walls. You don't get compassion outside these walls. Nobody outside these walls cares for you.
Right.
Nobody. If black people outside these walls had compassion, we'd be a little further up. You know what I'm saying? But we lack that because we prefer everyone else but us. But you.
It's like my mate, sir. Like, it's so heavy what you're saying, sir, because when we show this compassion to our people, it catches them so off guard sometimes because they not used. They looking for what's the angle.
Right.
Like they so used to being oppressed by the white man, not being able to trust their brother, the pastor molesting and robbing them.
Right.
They like, all right, when you gonna do me in?
Right.
We just stay loving our brother because that's what we learned here under the Commander General YAHANNA.
Such a heavy point. I'm telling you, like, since they never seen this type of love before, they have to react to it with aggression.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I seen Captain Tower was teaching a brother one time on the street, and the brother just turned on him and said, "Man, you know what I'm saying? You ain't teaching about word. I'll kill you." You know what I'm saying? And the Captain Tower was saying, "We brothers, we got to come together, love one another." They never seen that before.
Right.
So
Right.
you know, they got to act aggressive toward it.
Right. They gotta put the defense.
They got to put defense on it. You know what I'm saying? First team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we're teaching something that a Negro has never, a Native American, a Hispanic, never seen in their life. Black and Hispanic people preferring one another over everybody else. Speaking of preferring, keep reading that scripture.
Come. Be kindly affectioned one to another with brotherly love and honor, preferring one another.
Doing what?
Preferring one another.
Like I was saying earlier, man, these brothers who I war with, I prefer them more than anybody else.
Right.
Prefer them because I know the oath that they took.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know the people that they're going to lay their life on the line for. I know that. I can't trust nobody else in the world. When they come in here, I love them like no other. And that's what we do. Our mission to go get them and bring them in here and teach them that love and compassion so they can go out and get somebody to bring them in here. You know what I'm saying? That's our mission. You know what I'm saying? So,
And if I may say, when them Native Indians preferred their brother over one another, the white man couldn't do nothing with us.
you couldn't do nothing.
They was like, stop
shut it
bringing
down.
them over.
I'm going to shut down the
Shut it down.
warehouse over the night. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't even want any more laborers.
Right. And that goes back to our superpower. You know what I'm saying? Superman, he can fly, right? The Hulk, he's strong. You know what I'm saying? Spider-Man, he climb on the wall. Our superpower is brotherhood.
Right.
That brotherhood can build and destroy anything that's in our path. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, Michael.
Gonna do a courtesy salute to the teacher, brothers. Madiam Shabbat, Madiam, Barak, Yahweh Shimmy Hawashah Barakatah, Yadi Matah, Saw, face the sisters. Gonna do a courtesy salute to the sisters. Brothers, Madiam Shabbat, Madiam, Barak, Yahweh Shema Thaba Shimmy Hawashah. Put your hand over your arm. Now say,
Yahweh Shema Ba Shemi Hawashah.
Yahweh,
Yahweh
Shema Thaba,
Shema Ba Shemi Hawashah.
Yadi Matah, dismiss.
I don't turn the camera on so like you.
I got you.
I got caught up. Yeah, we're gonna camp. Yeah.